the clip. Tap or click to start watching the full episode now. Part 2. Too Sexy for This Song. Paglia starts chapter 1 with laying down the facts, just in case there's any confusion on who or what is in charge, she is letting us know. Spoiler alert, it ain't us. Better Than Food, could you please introduce us to sex and violence, or nature and art?
In the beginning was nature, the background from which and against which our ideas of God were formed. Nature remains the supreme moral problem. We cannot hope to understand sex and gender until we clarify our attitude toward nature. Sex is a subset to nature. Sex is the natural in man. Society is an artificial construction, a defense against nature's power. Without society, we would be storm-tossed on the barbarous sea that is nature. Society is a system of inherited forms reducing our humiliating passivity to nature. We may alter these forms, slowly or suddenly, but no change in society will change nature. We are merely one of a multitude of species upon which nature indiscriminately exerts its force. Nature has a master agenda we can only dimly know.
Thank you, Better Than Food. So, nature doesn't give a shit about our feelings. Nature is cruel and unpredictable, and to live by nature alone would be a wretched existence, not to mention a short existence. So to combat this reality, man conceived of and constructed society, which is his main defense against nature. His secondary defense against nature is religion and the tradition and the prescription that help to distract him from the ambiguity of not knowing what was going on. It gave him kind of a frame of reference of why things were happening, so it didn't seem so chaotic and random. And through traditions and repetition, that was something that man could control. And thus he felt better about ultimately being out of control, because nature is in charge, not us. Civilized life requires a state of illusion. Without it, culture would revert to fear and despair. But Paglia is quick to tell us, to remind us, that this illusion can only go so far. She even suggests that free will itself may even be just an illusion, because at the end of the day, no matter what society we erect or what religion we subscribe to, there is always going to be an undetectable force of nature moving through us that is driven namely by our sex. Sex is the point of contact between man and nature, where morality and good intentions fall to primitive urges. Sex cannot be understood because nature cannot be understood. Science is a method of logical analysis of nature's operations, but science is always playing catch-up ball. Nature breaks its own rules whenever it wants. Science cannot avert a single thunderbolt. And because sex is essentially this uncontrollable natural phenomenon, Paglia claims that the more that we're focusing on sex and displaying sexuality throughout our culture, the more we're actually becoming confused in society, because society is all about control and sexuality cannot be controlled. Sexuality is a murky realm of contradiction and ambivalence. Eroticism is mystique, the aura of emotion and imagination around sex. A modern assumption is that sex and procreation are medically, scientifically, intellectually manageable. If we keep tinkering with the social mechanism long enough, every difficulty will disappear. But sexuality cannot be fixed by codes of social or moral convenience, whether from the political left or right, for nature's fascism is greater than that of any society. So Paglia has pretty much set the stage here. Basically, we've gotten to this point of Western culture where we're pretty advanced, and we've gotten this advanced by essentially defying nature. We have thus gotten a little cocky in that. And Paglia's point is that at the end of the day, nature is going to nature, and there's really nothing we can do about it. Which, in a world where you are being told at least once a week that a man can become a woman, this was just so refreshing to hear and or to read. At the same time, you can't believe how like bold she is for saying all this, and at the same time you're like I can't even believe that this is controversial, because it is so it just is, because nature is, whether we like it or not. This essay, Paglia takes no prisoners. Better than food? What do you think?
To call her a provocateur is an understatement and implies a diminutive nuisance. Paglia is a force of nature, an intellectual volcano.
If you enjoyed this clip, you're going to love the full episode. You may even like it more. Tap or click to watch now.